from the soul with it. Yeah.
So I was listening to ESPN LA radio with Keyshawn Johnson, Travis Rogers, and LZ, and they were talking about Brandon Ingram and how he looked at his return with the Lakers starting lineup after his 4-game suspension. So that is when Travis Rogers started the discussion by saying how everybody can agree that Kyle Kuzma doesn't fit at that 5 position. And when Ingram was out, Kuzma looked great on the wing, but when Ingram came back, Kuzma was back to playing some of the 5 position, and he didn't really look that good. So that is when Travis Rogers mentioned how only one player could play with LeBron. It says Kuzma proved he looks a lot better with LeBron. He then asked, what is Luke Walton going to do? So that is when LZ brought up the Lakers like a size again and how they've gotten eaten up on the glass versus the San Antonio Spurs. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like, stop talking about the Lakers like a size, bro. If he bring up the Lakers like a size one more time, I'm going to punch him in the back of the head like Brandon Ingram did Chris Paul. Okay. So anyway, LZ says if it's about size, then they have to figure out who will help them better with size. But if it's not about that, he says Kuzma will get that ball and don't mind always attacking the basket. But says even though Ingram looked great against the T-Wolves, he believes Ingram is pretty much inconsistent and some nights he's passive, which is something I've been saying for the longest. So they spoke about Ingram and his ceiling and how LZ and Travis believe this is just who Ingram is. The ceiling he is at now, he is not going to get any higher. And they was talking about how it's Ingram's 3rd year. This is who he is. So here's what LZ had to say about Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram looked really good last night, but he doesn't always have the same attacking sort of like mentality game in and game out. There are times in which he is a little more passive. So you're asking yourself, which version of Ingram am I rolling out? Am I rolling out the guy putting pressure on the defense, using his length to disrupt the passing lanes, or am I getting the one who waffles in and out of focus during the course of a quarter? So that is when Keyshawn explained how he's only played a few games. We should give him more time with LeBron. And LZ explained he hasn't really changed from last season, which is also what I've said. So that is when LZ brought up Gordon Hayward and said maybe he will blossom late like Gordon Hayward, but he doesn't think the Lakers will be patient enough for that. And LeBron already stated you don't want to be around when he gets impatient, and he was serious. But if you guys would like to hear the full audio, the link is in the description box. But here's what I have to say. I believe Ingram played very well versus the Timberwolves, but the T-Wolves are not an elite team in the West. And I'm willing to give Ingram more time and give him the benefit of the doubt. But like I said, I believe he's on the clock this season, and him getting into fights doesn't make it any better. Keyshawn said, well, he hasn't had the time to play more with LeBron, but that's his fault. You know, nobody on that team asked for him to get in that fight. The altercation really started because of him. And I like Brandon Ingram, and I believe that he has a high ceiling, but I think that he's been inconsistent. I think that he hasn't improved from last season. You know, now he came back and he put up 24 points versus the Timberwolves. Now we have to see if he could consistently average 24 points per game versus these elite teams. Because remember, Magic Johnson said this is the second star on the team. And I want to see that. I think Ingram can be the next Paul George. I believe that he could be just as great as Kevin Durant or just as great as Kawhi Leonard. But I just haven't seen that yet. And you have people who going as far as to say, oh, he has that Mamba mentality. He's like Kobe Bryant. But I'm like, come on, bro. Like, really? You really believe that? Don't ever disrespect the greatest player to ever breathe. Okay? You got to ask yourself, is he putting in that work like Kobe Bryant? Is he putting up 1,000 or 2,000 shots a day? You know, ask yourself that. Now, 1 minute y'all saying y'all want to win, then the next minute y'all saying be patient. Like, which one is it? If you want to compare him to Kobe, is he asking for the ball in the 4th quarter like Kobe was doing? Now, Kuzma had a 37-point game, close to 40 in his 3rd game. You know, he took advantage of the moment of playing with LeBron. I want to see Ingram have a big scoring game. I'm seeing too much diva-like superstar complaining from Ingram. The first game of the season, he got upset because Luke Walton took him out the game. And I'm like, all right, okay, Ingram. I'm like, so what? Like, in the next game, go destroy James Harden. Go out there and take that frustration out and go destroy James Harden. But what he do? He got into a fight. And then when he come back, he goes to the media and saying, oh, I'm starting. You know, I don't know what the starting lineup going to be, but I'm starting. That's all I know. And I'm like, all right, you know, he's talking the talk, but can he walk the walk? So he came back. He did okay, 24 points. But I want to see more superstar or all-star level type of play on that court. KD gets the ball, defenders are terrified because he's going to pull up and hit a three from the post or a fadeaway. And I feel like if the Lakers didn't have LeBron, then I'd say, all right, great. You know, we could be patient. The media is killing us, which is not going to be a good look after a while. You know, we need him to be consistent. I think Ingram has to channel that anger and give us a 40-point game. Go off, 45 points. Take what we are saying and channel that and go off. Kobe, you know, MJ, all these players, what they do, they'll read the criticism, read what people had to say about them, and they like, all right, I'm going to prove all my critics wrong. Take what they saying and channel it. You know, I will gladly shut up. I promise you, like, I will shut up and admit I was wrong. You know, I'll be like, all right, this guy is a beast. And remember, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, they all started getting better late in their careers. But guess what? They didn't play for the Lakers. And if the Lakers keep losing, it's not going to be a good sight for Brandon Ingram. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are we too hard on Ingram? Should we be patient? Is LZ right? Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Okay.